Whether you're trying to grow a 100, 500, 1,000 or even a $5,000 account, you must know these 3 steps I'm about to explain to growing a small trading account fast without blowing it. So the first step is to have a cleared, structured plan, and that plan should have already been decided before you even deposit money into the account. So you know exact rules you're going to follow, such as only taking A+ setups, only maximizing yourself to 1 to 2 trades per day, or whatever conditions you personally need before entering a trade. Because if you start making those decisions, that plan while you're trading, then you're going to be making that plan due to your emotions and not actual logic. Another thing I think is really important is not setting daily profit goals. I see a lot of traders getting into the habit of telling themselves they need to make a certain amount of money every single day, whether that's, $200, $100, and that usually creates pressure really fast. And the reason I say this is because with proper risk management, realistically, you can grow very fast. Even with a $100 account, you can turn that with proper risk management and aggressive risking, you can turn that $100 into $500 in just one single day. But just because you can do that doesn't mean you have to aim for that, because once you start chasing those daily goals, there's gonna come stuff like over leveraging, over risking, forcing some random trades, and that's just not going to be reliable. So instead of trying to focus on each daily profit, try to focus on the rules you set up before even depositing money into the account. So let's say you're going to be risking around 5 to 20% per trade. And the reason I say a range like that is because your risk obviously depends on your strategy, on your win rate, or how much trades you actually take. But for an example, with my own strategy, risking around 7 to 10% is around reasonable, because that gives me enough room to have multiple losses in a row, because I have a strong upside of having an average risk reward ratio of a 1 to 3. And technically with the 10% risk, I would have to lose 10 trades in a row before blowing an account. And if I'm sticking to only A+ setups, that's definitely not going to happen. But whatever percentage you choose, you need to stick to that on every single trade. And the only time you can change your risk is when you move on to the next phase. So if you're starting with $1,000 and risking 10% per trade, it's going to be really simple. Your only goal is reaching $2,000 and nothing else. It's going to be compounding risk. It's going to be the same execution, same rules, and not changing size just because you're feeling confident after a few wins. And once you reach that 2,000, now you move to phase 2, and you can decide whether you want to keep risking 10%, lower it slightly to 8%, or maybe slightly to 12%. But personally, I don't think changing more than 2% makes sense, because then you're going to start drifting too far from your original structure. Then once you reach $4,000, you can move into phase 3, and maybe now your risk range becomes around 6% to 14%, depending on your goals and how comfortable you are with the account at that stage. I know this is different to a lot of trading educators out there. They always say to risk the exact same percentage on every single trade forever, but realistically, a lot of traders struggle to risk the exact same percentage on every single trade. So with these phases, you have the flexibility to risk less or risk more without being reckless. And that's actually my point here as well. So if your risk changes, it should be inside the rules instead of the emotions. Now, step number 2 takes us to the charts, because I want to explain exactly how you can identify A+ setups. Now, if you don't already know, then I am trading the TTM strategy, and it's based off these 3 concepts. So first, I'm going to show you an A+ bearish example, and then I'm going to show you an A+ bullish example. So step number 1 to finding an A+ setup is making sure the trend is in your direction. Now, I'm not going to do a full advanced market structure analysis here, but just make sure the trend is in your direction. Now, step number 2 is to have a beautiful push to the downside, and in that push you must find a fair value gap. Now, as a bonus, we also have an inverse fair value gap right behind of it, and a level of support right behind of it as well. So this here is already itself an A+ fair value gap. But for this fair value gap to be valid, it needs to have a level of liquidity formed below the fair value gap. So let's wait for that. So now, as you can see, as my step 3, we created a level of liquidity above the fair value gap. This right here is absolutely beautiful, because it's not only 1, not only 2, but 3 levels of liquidity, and it's fairly close to the fair value gap as well. But this liquidity is not valid if it does not break its own low as a clean breaker structure. So let's see if we do that. Now we broke the low as a very clean breaker structure. We came to the fair value gap, and I'm not going to be entering yet because I have yet not seen a bearish candle, but this already shows rejection from the FVG. Now we get a beautiful reaction I would enter on this bearish close. I'm obviously trading the 50-minute time frame as well. Stop loss were to be slightly above the deepest wick. You guys must already know that. I targeted 1 to 3 with my break even at a 1 to 1.5. And yes, it is truly that simple to finding an A+ setup. Okay, so remember the first step to looking for an A+ setup is making sure the trend is in our direction. So right now, if looking price action like this, we are kind of bullish, but recently we have made some bearish structure. So before looking for an actual setup, I need to make sure that we create some nice bullish structure. But in terms of fair value gaps, we have this beautiful push to the upside, and then we created this beautiful fair value gap at the bottom of this move. Now, as step number 2, we need a level of liquidity forms above the fair value gap. So let's just wait for that. So now we created the level of liquidity right here. Now this here is an absolutely beautiful level of liquidity because this is an actual beautiful low. But this liquidity is not valid if we have a clean breaker structure of this high. Now, as you can see, we have taken out the high, and also as a bonus, we have taken out this high slightly as well into this little clear space. So now I can say the trend is in our direction. We do have a lot of potential to move to the upside. Now I just need price action to return to the fair value gap and then give me my bullish reaction. So as you can see, we tapped into this fair value gap. First candle closed bearish, so I will not be entering on that, but it showed reaction. So that is absolutely beautiful. Then we gave a momentum bullish candle. I went on that close, stop loss below deepest wick, target 1 to 3. And this here is another A+ setup. Why? Because we had a strong push to the upside, and in that push we created this beautiful fair value gap. Then we had a decent liquidity right here. Then we broke its own high as a clean breaker structure with the body. We have clear movement coming back to the FVG, and that's it. So let's see how this trade plays out. My break even is halfway there at a 1 to 1.5. And as you can see, this trade did hit break even. So that takes me to step number 3 to growing a small trading account. And that is psychology. Now, you most likely will want to click off the video now because you think you already know all about it, but you don't. That's the reason why you blow accounts. You need to maintain this account. Now, step 3 is all about discipline and emotional control because no strategy works if you can't follow your rules. Now, rule number 1 is probably something you have heard before, but you need a reminder. Do not care about the outcome of each trade. Never enter a trade expecting it to win. And never enter a trade if the market doesn't give you the opportunity. And that brings us to rule number 2. If the market doesn't give you the A+ setup, just sit it out. Sitting out and being patient is not a weakness. It is discipline. You will be a better trader for it, and your account will definitely thank you for that. And rule number 3 is about mindset. Protect your mental state like it's your account. Losing days, losing weeks doesn't mean you failed. It means you're learning, and your only job is to protect your capital and stay clear-minded. Not every day will be profitable, and if you try and force trades when the conditions aren't right, then you're going to dig yourself a big hole. Instead of fighting with the market, accept it's a game of probabilities, reflect on yourself, what went wrong, what should I have done better, did I follow my rules, etc. So try to detach from the money perspective, because if you think about it, money is basically everything in trading. The reason you are over leveraging is to make more money. The reason you have FOMO is because you have the fear of missing out on money. So detach from the money part and you will be able to grow your small trading account. And now, before I end the video, I want to show you what compounding is really capable of. Say you're starting with $1,000, you're risking around 7% per trade, like we talked about before. And if you are a profitable trader, and let's say you can make around 7% a month, which is more of the high end, but I'm talking about average, then you can nearly triple your account in just 2 months. So here's how it works. Instead of risking a fixed $100 per trade, you risk 10% of your account per trade. So if you hit a 1, 2, 3, then your account goes from 1,000 to 1.3 thousand. And now out of that 1.3 thousand, 10% risk is going to be $130. So you keep the same 10% risk on per trade, but you don't compound on losing trades. So you have a 10 trade losing barrier. I'm not showing you this to give you unrealistic expectations. The market is never guaranteed. But the point is, if you just stick to your plans, if you stick to A+ setups, if you stick to your risk management plan I gave you, then even a small account can grow into a meaningful balance over time. So bro, you don't need to force trades, you don't need to have daily goals, you don't need to risk 100% per trade. Just let your plan, your rules, your edge, and compounding interest do the work for you. And that's it. Those were the 3 steps to growing a small trading account fast.